Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Reviewron, and today we're going to be doing another Deep Rock Galactic build guide. This is going to be for the Subata 120 pistol. This is Driller's pistol, and we're going to be going over the overclocks. If you don't have the overclocks, there is a list that should be dropping down from the top of the video somewhere now that will take you off to all the build guides with and without overclocks. So let's begin with this one, starting out with the clean overclocks, and our first one is Chain Hit. This one is a pretty good overclock for the pistol because it just gives you an advantage. If you hit a weak spot, there's a 75% chance that your bullet will ricochet into another enemy within 10 meters. Pretty good, and it allows you to take whatever build you would like with the pistol. My normal build with the pistol is going with high capacity magazines, going with extra ammo, hollow point bullets, because we're already trying to hit weak spots, so it makes the most sense to take hollow point bullets to do even more damage. And then tier 5 honestly depends on which primary you're taking. If you're taking the flamethrower, volatile bullets is better. If you're taking the cryo cannon, then the Mactera coating is better. This is my standard build for the Subata pistol. It allows you to kill grunts very quickly. It allows you to kill things like web spitters and acid spitters very fast. You have plenty of bullets. You can spray them out very quickly. If you wanted to go for more damage, you could either go with high velocity rounds in tier 4. This gives you 15 damage, and at 15 damage you can one-shot crawlers, which is pretty nice, or I guess swarmers. Our next overclock is homebrew powder, and homebrew powder I honestly don't really like taking on the Subata pistol because it kind of messes with some of the breakpoints. Mainly if you wanted to take high velocity rounds, this is no longer a guaranteed 15 damage to kill the swarmers. If you wanted to guarantee that you could kill swarmers, I believe that you need to take the tier 3 and the tier 2 damage options, which this will kill things like grunts faster, it will kill Praetorians faster, it will kill them, but you do lose out on the ammunition that you get from them, and you could just have this tier 4 without even needing the homebrew powder, and you would still be able to hit that 15 damage breakpoint. So that's why I don't really like taking homebrew powder. You can either run it like the regular pistol, like how I showed the other one, and just go with damage here. This gives you a higher chance of hitting those breakpoints, but you still may miss out on them. Or you could go with the damage and have guaranteed breakpoints. On tier 1, you can honestly take any of these, and same with tier 5, depends on your weapons. Our only balanced overclock is oversized magazine. This one is pretty straightforward. You can honestly take whatever you want with it. It's just like a standard build for the pistol. This just gives you more ammunition, but you have a slightly longer reload time. If you want to cut down on that reload time, you can take quickfire ejector, and this pretty much makes it so you have the base reload speed with the pistol. Then you still have the 10 extra bullets in your magazine, which is a big plus. After that, it's your call. Usually I go with expanded ammo bags, the high velocity rounds, and then once again, whichever I'm using as my primary for tier 5. You can go with high capacity magazines. I like taking this one too, having 27 rounds in the pistol. Now we're moving on to the unstable overclocks, which make the gun quite a bit more interesting, I would say. We have automatic fire first. This makes it so your gun is then fully automatic, kind of turning it into a submachine gun or a machine pistol of some sort. You get an increased rate of fire, but you get much more recoil and you get much more spread. That being said, increasing the Subata's recoil by 150% when it already has low recoil is not that big of a deal. You don't have to worry about it that much. And the base spread, the gun is still surprisingly accurate out to about medium range. Shooting at longer ranges, yeah, the automatic fire is not that great. But at medium range and close range, the automatic fire spread really doesn't matter all that much. For this one, you could go with improved alignment if you want to cut down on that base spread altogether. That we don't have to worry about it as much, and you can use this at pretty long range without too much trouble, so long as you can sort of manage the recoil. I usually like going with the higher capacity magazine here though, because having 12 shots in a gun that's fully auto, you're going to be reloading it pretty often. Honestly, any of the tier 1s are perfectly fine for this, but usually I go with the high capacity magazine just because it makes the gun feel a little bit better, so I don't need to reload it as much. In tier 2, I pretty much always go with the expanded ammo bags to have extra bullets. In tier 3, you can go with the recoil compensator if you want to decrease the spread per shot. This does make the gun feel a lot more manageable. It's not as bad to hold on to, but it's still, like I said, it's not too bad. So I usually go with expanded ammo bags again here for the increase in ammo. I go with high velocity rounds, so we hit that 15 damage breakpoint because it's more difficult to hit weak spots, at least on smaller enemies, with the pistol than just having increased damage, and increased damage does hit those nice breakpoints so that you can one-hit swarmers. Alternatively, you could go with the hollow point rounds if you only plan on using this against medium and large enemies, because your primaries will likely be able to take care of any of the swarmers anyway. Our next overclock is explosive reload. This makes it so when you reload, you will do damage to any of the enemies that you've hit with your bullets. You'll also see an icon above their health bar that will tell you if you reload, then it will kill that enemy, but you lose out on your magazine size and you lose out on your maximum ammo. For this one, you can either go with a larger magazine or you can go with a faster reload. I usually take the faster reload on this because only holding 6 shots doesn't matter too much. That's usually enough to kill enemies that I would before I need to reload, so this way I can just reload my gun quicker and be able to move on from enemy to enemy. That might not be the case if you're fighting things like Praetorians and Dreadnought, but for grunts, for Magterra, I usually like the faster reload. I go with extra ammo here because it helps offset our decrease in ammo, but also we don't really care about damage in this build because the explosive reloads is going to be doing the majority of the damage. In tier 3, once again, more ammo. This at least puts us back in line of where we have a decent amount of ammo, so we'll get 60 rounds back every resupply. Tier 4, honestly, neither one of these are way great. I still usually go with high velocity rounds just so that I can kill swarmers easier, so I have a guaranteed one shot on them. But either one of these, honestly, it isn't really needed for the explosive reload, so pick whichever one you want. And then again, you can pick volatile bullets if you're using the flamethrower, which is what I usually take if I'm using explosive reload. Or you can take neurotoxin rounds if you're running the cryo cannon with it. And then our last unstable overclock is tranquilizer rounds. This makes it so every bullet has a 50% chance of stunning an enemy for 6 seconds, which I believe is the longest stun time out of anything in the game. But you lose out on 4 magazine size and 2 rate of fire. Now for this one, the rate of fire can actually kind of hurt because your gun does fill quite a bit slower when you're shooting it, and the magazine size kind of hurts too because you want to have a larger magazine so you can stun more enemies. So right away at tier 1, I pretty much always take high capacity magazines. This at least evens out the amount of ammo that we've lost. We actually get 1 additional round in our gun. In tier 2, I go with more ammo. In tier 3, I go with more ammo for the same reason that you want to be stunning more enemies, so the more bullets you have means the more enemies you can stun. You could also go with the recoil compensator here just so that you could hit long-range shots more effectively if you're really worried about things like spitballers, acid spitters, web spitters, and you want that little bit more accuracy. You could definitely take that. You can go with hollow point rounds or high velocity rounds. I still usually go with high velocity rounds here just so I can hit that break point on swarmers, but the hollow point rounds is also really good. And then again on tier 5, either the volatile bolts if you're running the flamethrower, or the Magterra coating if you're running the cryo cannon. If you guys enjoyed this video and you're new here, be sure that you get subscribed. That way you get notifications whenever I post any of these videos. Special thanks to all the supporters of the channel. You guys are awesome. These are people on my Patreon and people that have joined my YouTube channel as a member. If you would like to do that, there are links down in the description below. It'll net you a spot on here, and you get early access to some of the videos. If you guys would like to see more of my Deep Rock Galactic content, be sure to click over here on this video. This will take you to a playlist full of the build guides. Hope you guys enjoy that. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!